Welcome to Thank You, Steve Morse, Part 2, Searching Passenger Lists. Today I will show you the following. How to locate a passenger with minimal information about the name of the person. How to use location to find individuals from a general area. And how to use a ship list option to find a person on a passenger list. As you will recall from my first presentation, the web address for Steve Morse is www.stevemorse.org. Today I will use searching Ellis Island records as an illustration of how this can be applied to not only this port but to other ports available on Steve Morse. For the most versatile searching of New York records from 1892 to 1924, use the one-step gold search form. For searching all years from 1892 to 1957, use the one-step white search form. For searching all years from 1820 to 1957, use the one-step all New York passenger form. Just for fun, anyone know who Archibald Leach is? I wanted to know a little bit more about this person. I entered just the first 4 letters of his given name and the last 3 letters of his surname. These are the results of our search. The top one looks the most promising. Whoever Archibald Leach is, we now know that he had a middle name of Alec. His last residence was London, England. He was 16 years old when he came to the United States, being born in 1904 and arrived in 1920. When you click on Manifest, you will be connected directly with the Ellis Island records and passenger manifest for Archibald. From the scanned manifest, we learn that Archibald was an artist. He had worked in the theater and he was born in Bristol, England. Any guesses yet? Sure enough, it is one of the most famous of actors, Cary Grant. If you want to access the documents on Ellis Island through Steve Morse, it is essential that you have an account with Ellis Island. It is a free registration. It will allow you to access passenger list, scan manifest, annotations, and ship images. Be aware Ellis Island is only as good as the indexing. Your name and the way it was indexed may be exactly alike, in which case you will have success. In most cases, however, this is not what happens. You can create an account directly on stevemorse.org. Go to the bottom of the Ellis Island search page on Steve Morse to enter your username and password for Ellis Island if you've already established an account, or you may establish a new account from this page. You will not be able to see the manifest of passengers without this registration. Simply click on I do not have an Ellis Island account to be directed to the Ellis Island site. Here is an example of finding a passenger when minimal information is known about the name. Because of all of the spelling possibilities for the name Nathan Warshawski, only the first letter of the given name and the last 3 letters of the last name were used. Certain information was furnished by the patron. For example, the possible years of arrival between 1905 and 1907, and possible years of birth between 1859 and 1863. These are the results for the search for Nathan Warshawski. The third entry looks quite promising. If you had tried to search on the Ellis Island site, you probably would not have come up with the name as it was spelled on the actual record. A look at the actual scan manifest shows a possible place of birth for Newcomb or Nathan in Russia. In addition, notice that it shows that he came through the port of Hamburg. By clicking on Ship Image, you can receive a picture and a description of the vessel on which an immigrant traveled. This is the one for Newcomb. No first-class travel here. Recall you can search the Hamburg passenger list using one step. Notice that there is a $sign to the left of the database title. You will need a connection to Ancestry to view the results. When this was done, the following resulted. There is a Newcomb-Warchowski at the top of the list. The Hamburg entry can be viewed by a connection to Ancestry. When the manifest was displayed, we can see Newcomb-Warchowski with the red underline and the same place of origin as listed on Ellis Island. Here is how to make a connection to Ancestry. Scroll down the home page of stevemorris.org until you find the ancestrylibrary.com/ancestryinstitute.com link. Click on it and select the method of connection to Ancestry.com. You will find this link on several different places on Steve Morris's homepage. Here are your options for connecting to Ancestry. I am using an individual subscription or am at a library or institution that uses Ancestry.com. I am at a library that uses AncestryLibrary.com, such as the National Archives. I am at an institution that uses AncestryInstitution.com, for example, a family history library. I am logged in through some other Ancestry address, such as a foreign Ancestry account. I am interested in finding out the names of any immigrant who came from a general location in Croatia. For example, the town of Lucin Grande, Lucin Piccolo, and the island of Lucin are the targets, so I just simply entered the name Lucin. As a result of this type of search, there were over 1,000 results. Many of the persons listed on this page are related to me. Now I'm going to set up a scenario for you. A patron says, I know the date that my great-grandparents arrived in the United States and the name of the ship. They came on the 6th of March of 1896 and were aboard the Spree. They found this information either on Germans, Italians, or Russians to America, or they had a diary entry or a possible letter back home to people in Europe. They came through New York. I cannot find them in Ancestry. What can I do? You can do a hand search on the ship list. First, click on the New York ship list from 1820 to 1957, and then enter the known information, the date of March 1896 and the ship Spree. These results were displayed for the ship Spree coming in 1896. Clicking on the ship name will redirect this page to Ancestry's collection of ships and their passenger lists. Here is the first page of the manifest for the ship Spree coming into port on the 6th of March of 1896. By clicking through, you can do a hand search until you find the individual or family that you are looking for. You can use the same technique with other major ports of entry: Baltimore, Boston, Galveston, New Orleans, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. Good luck with your searches using stevemorris.org.